Watch the sprightly puck right here, yo.
Wow, I feel like I haven't seen you forever, by the way.
By my calculations, it has been roughly 3 weeks. So I was gone for 3 weeks because I was visiting family in Nebraska. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Nebraska. No, I meant Nebraska. But yeah, so I got to see my nephew, my baby cousin. It was great. Babies are adorable.
So the Dallas Stars have been kind of on a good streak the last few games, definitely the last couple of weeks, and that's been a lot of fun. So
I like it when we win.
Yeah. So I was supposed to do a recap of like the New York Rangers and the Arizona Coyotes, and then I got sick.
New York, final score
3-2. Klingberg. Is that his fourth
goal? I have his third goal. His fourth goal of the season.
Guess who else got a goal?
Was it Alex Hemsky?
Yes! Well, and I think it says a lot about the fact that he and Spezza and Cole have been on a line together pretty regularly now, and they're doing really well. I think it's because there was a lot of expectation put on him when he first arrived in Dallas with the whole Hemsky-Spezza trade and all of that.
The big deal trade.
When he wasn't scoring immediately and performing very well at the very beginning of the season, people, myself included, were a little underwhelmed at his performance.
But I kept telling people, just give him time. He's acclimating to Dallas hockey. They brought him in with Spezza, someone who he's played with before, then took him away from Spezza and didn't put them on the same line initially. Mm-hmm. And I think that was part of his hesitation. I think that was part of his issue with producing the way he should have.
Game-winning goal?
Belongs to Roussel. So Antoine Roussel's game-winning goal resulted in New York losing their 8-game win streak.
But honestly, like, if you had asked me if I thought we were going to win this game against the Rangers,
You weren't sure, were you?
I was sure we were going to lose.
You know, the last time you were sure we were going to lose,
I'm sorry.
Tyler Seguin got the catchphrase third period sniper attached to his name.
New Year's Eve.
We play Arizona.
And
that's because they're a division team.
And
we kicked their butts.
Yup.
We gave them the most royal butt whooping I've ever seen us give another team.
First period, it was kind of like even pressure, and you know, at the end of the first period, it was 0-0, and I was like, oh, darn it. Well, then came the second period. So we had called up Brett Ritchie,
who is a Texas Star right now.
That's right. He plays in the AHL. And so this was his first NHL game.
Mm-hmm.
And his first shot on goal
was a
goal.
Yep. And not only was it just a goal, it was the score starting goal for a mayhem of goals.
So after Ritchie came Sevier. We went on the power play because, of course, somebody got a penalty.
What a shocker.
And the captain, Jamie Benn, scored. Then Eakin scores.
Good old Ginger Ninja.
And then Alex Hemsky scored. And then just to rub some salt in the wound,
because that's fun,
Garbutt scored. You know, seeing that every single line scored, and we got a power play goal, which sometimes is, like, hard for us to do, was really great because all of a sudden, like, you could see all of the depth that we've been talking about needing and developing this season.
Finally.
It finally showed up on New Year's Eve.
Can we talk about how Kari just got his 3rd season shutout and his 30th career shutout in the NHL?
All right, so then we had a little break.
January 3rd, first game back. I literally get back in time to go to the game. So we get there, watch warm-ups, everything looks great, and the game starts.
There's like a whole... I'm sorry, we've got notes. Like, there's a whole long list of people who scored again. Like...
So can we just go down the list? First period, who scores?
Fiddler.
Second period, Colton Sevier. Vernon Fiddler again, which puts him on...
Hattie Watch.
Seguin. Then a nice little shorthanded goal from Cole. And then to end out the period, Roussel! There's this huge epic fight, resulting in a Minnesota player getting how many penalty minutes?
37, wasn't it?
I'm really curious. If someone knows the record for most penalty minutes in a game without getting ejected, I'd like to know. Because if that was it, that's pretty freaking impressive. Bah, 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 everybody.
Oh, yeah, like Fiddler was just wailing on some guy.
And then Sevier lays a guy out. Brett Ritchie gets another goal.
So there was definitely a lot of energy. And you have to understand that there's also that rivalry between Minnesota and Dallas just because we used to be the Minnesota North Stars and everything.
And now they're the Minnesota Wild.
Right. And you know, they're whatever. And it's a division team, so there is obviously that rivalry as well.
And that's the first time we've beaten them this season.
That's right. So this was a really big win for the Dallas Stars, and that was obviously really exciting.
We were very proud of our boys.
Yeah. Sunday was our second game in Chicago on the tail end of the back-to-back. There will be another one in 2 weeks against Chicago. Again, another Sunday night on the tail end of a back-to-back.
I thought it was in February.
No, it's January 18th.
So Chicago, we take the lead right away.
Yeah. Okay, so in the first period, Jamie Benn got a goal. And then in the second period, Jordy Benn finally got a goal this season.
Wait. Did you just say Jamie Benn?
Uh-huh.
Then Jordy Benn.
Yeah.
Isn't that the first time ever in NHL history that the Benn brothers have both scored in the same game?
Why, yes it is. And so then, to further impress me with their scoring was Cole. It's becoming like a thing now.
It's his trend.
He got the last Dallas goal in the second period. Then he got our first goal in the third period. Every time we made a goal, Chicago came back and got a goal as well. So we were tied up at the end of the third period.
Can I just talk about Alexiak's face when he realized that he couldn't do anything to try and help us get a goal right before the game ended? Looked up and he was like... He just juggled the puck and tossed it up in his hand and threw it at the ref and skated off.
Patrick Sharp did score the game-winning goal for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Nobody cares.
Okay. But I'm just going to say this, like... The fact is that for the Dallas Stars to lead the scoring like the entire night, to be a step ahead of the Chicago Blackhawks every step of the way, obviously very reminiscent of home opener.
Yeah.
But the fact is that they just didn't crumble. Like when the Blackhawks decided to score, they just didn't crumble at all, which was great because they're starting to look like the team they need to be to get to the playoffs. Okay, I thought we could try something new.
Fan questions.
Yes. So like, you know, if you have a question... Is there something you want us to discuss specifically that's not a game recap thing? And so some people sent in some stuff that I was like, what, Bengen? Like...
We don't need to talk about Bengen. Everybody talks about Bengen. You want to talk about it? Go on Tumblr.
I did have a couple of really good questions that I thought we could discuss.
Okay.
So the first question comes to us from @Polk_Haley. How will Yuri Okapaka's absence on the Dallas Stars affect the team and how they've learned to play with him?
Well, I don't think it's going to be like a major effect on the team. Like, we're not going to suddenly start failing because we don't have Yoki. We do have Alexiak. We do have John Klingberg. We just got Schlemko from Arizona. And I really feel like Yurki needs to be in the AHL right now, getting even better, getting more playing time, because he was on a wicked rotation up here, and he wasn't getting as much playing time as the AHL would have given him. Our next question comes from @Dario Mouse. Who is this new guy, Schlemko?
So Schlemko is a acquisition we got off of waivers from the Arizona Coyotes, and go ahead and say it.
You mean we Columbus Blue Jacket Kevin Connaughton him from the Arizona Coyotes?
So Schlemko is a veteran defenseman, has 200 plus NHL games under his belt, and will be making his debut the week of January 6th, either in the CBJ game or on one of the road games after he's had time to practice with the Dallas Stars.
Thanks for watching
The Sprightly Puck.
Bye! Hi, Tom!
Hi, Alex. Alex, you're my favorite on Twitter. You already know that.
Hi, my awesome ticket rep, Travis.
I was talking to Alex, who runs the Dallas Stars Twitter.
The coolest guy ever.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
is super salty, by the way.